really, it's so good.
Second half.
You gotta get
What
it.
do you mean second half?
Like that equals 4 over.
Okay, your test is probably gonna be next Thursday.
You said Friday third period.
Yeah, because wait, that's a mental
We
health
talked the
day.
third period.
And
We've seen
I
it.
was on third period.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Friday is
No,
short day
no,
anyway.
Thursday.
No.
It's Friday. It's fine because it's gonna be.
School on Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right. Shh.
Oh.
Any homework question I need to go over?
2 hours. That's 2 hours of.
Any homework question I need to go over?
No, I think you went over the most important ones.
Where
What?
did the other end go?
Okay, so there's this formula. I have it right here. We did on notes yesterday.
Okay.
Do you have anything to send you?
Okay, I'm gonna go over one telescope sequence.
First term in the sequence, and R is the common ratio.
How do I know this one's telescope sequence? Serious.
The first term was 2, and then the common ratio. And I just did 2 everyone.
No problem.
Yeah.
She sent you the money.
Okay, R, I just found.
Oh.
It's not.
For R, it's just the second term minus the.
All right. So, do you guys know how to factor this? Why do I need to factor it? Because this one is
Yeah.
what?
Decomposition.
Okay. So, what do you do? How do I factor that?
You do. Oh, do you want to tell you the factors, or you want?
Sure. Tell me the factor because I
3n plus 2 and 3n minus 1.
3m plus 2
Wait,
times 3m minus 1.
I can't even see this. Oh wait. It's just
I'm sorry. Right.
6 and -3.
Yeah, like that. Whoa, what's 6 and -3?
Those are what you do when you get the T chart.
What's the t chart?
Okay, then.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so 1 over 3m plus 2 times 3m minus 1.
Big parentheses.
So what do you need to multiply?
You want to tell you A and B then?
Okay, yeah, sure.
A equals -1 over 3 if you have 3n plus 2 on the bottom.
Negative 1 over 3.
Over 3 and then parentheses 3n plus 2.
3m plus 2.
Yeah. And then all plus b is just 1 over 3.
1 over 3.
And then 3n minus 1. Yeah, that's the thing. I flipped it to the telescopic series because that's just neater. But like obviously.
Okay, so 1 over 3n minus 1.
And then we can.
It's a negative 1 over 3. So plus negative 1 over 3, 3n plus 2. Okay, so what do you do after that?
Plug in.
Plug in what?
1.
1. Okay, so if I plug in 1, I'm going to get 1 over 3 times what? 2.
Yeah.
Okay, minus 1 over
3 times 5.
3 times 5. Okay, so now I'm going to plus 1 over 1 over what?
15.
1 over
Oh, sorry, 3 times 5.
2.
3 times 5.
Fif-
But you plug in 2. It's minus 1 or
It's gonna get.
You know what? I'm just going to get like this. This is 6. This is 15.
Yeah, exactly.
And then minus what?
1 over 24.
1 over 24. And then plus one more. Just 1 over 24.
Yeah.
Minus
1 over 33.
1 over 33. And if this keep on going, you see this routine of this cancel out. And this routine cancel out. And the future routine is all going to cancel out. So the answer is 1 over 6. And that's 34. 27 is the same way. But you have to make sure you know how to decompositions.
Okay, the 2 and the 1 never cancel. So you would have 2 plus 1. 3, that would be your answer.
Okay, another one that's worth go over 24. This is a good test question. So n equal to 1. 10 times negative 1 over 4. Because this one has a negative ratio, so I like this one.
That makes sense.
What is my first term?
Oh, we're just going straight there. Oh.
It's 10, right? If I go back to the first term, and it's gonna be 10. And then what's your R?
24.
So R is equal to, no, what's R?
R is negative 1.4.
Okay, so then it's gonna be 10.
Over 1 plus 1 over
1 plus minus negative 1 over 4. So that's equal to 10 over 1 plus 1 over 4. So it'll be 10 over 1.25, which is roughly 8.
Whoa, there.
That doesn't even make
You
sense.
gotta keep it in fractions.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get an integer at the end, so
You said that doesn't make sense?
no, it doesn't make sense because you have fraction over decimal. But at this point, I'm just gonna be
Oh, I thought you said the answer doesn't make sense.
the calculation is not a whole lot, just a over 1 minus r. Got it? Okay.
A over.
Yeah.
Okay, so the challenge is this. I think Maria already heard this before. In 4th grade, actually 7th grade, you learn how to do this to decimals, and you end up to be something called repeating decimals. You would get the repeating decimals. So
Yeah.
that says.
10 over 3.
So for example, 1 over 3 is equal to 0.3333333, and just keep on going, right? So how do you convert a fraction like this, or how do you convert 0.08, right? And I want you to change to fractions.
Is it today's lesson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are we going to say? Changing fractions to them.
Use geometric series.
Is the O A repeating or just A?
0.8 is all repeating. So I want you to think about it a little bit because this one's more intuitive. You got to think about those things. So how do I write 0.08080808 in terms of geometric series? Okay, so require you to think about it. But I'll give you some clue. It's going to be 0.08 plus 0.008.
Would it be 0.008?
Yeah, 0.008. I was trying to count. I was like, that miscount a little bit. Plus 0.000008. Okay, so basically you're adding this infinite amount of time, then you're going to give you repeated decimals. So what do you think your geometric series look like?
Yes.
And if you have geometric series look like, can you use that to convert to fractions? Because remember, you're gonna convert to a fraction at the end, it's gonna be 8. So I want you to write in summation mark of n equal to 0 to infinity. What would it be the a times r to the n be? Remember, it's a times r to the n.
Times 0.01. N.
Hold on. Dot. N equals 0. What?
You can show n equal to 0. You can show n equal to 1.
What do you guys get for the common ratio? I got
What's the
I
relationship
got 1 over
between
10. No, should it be 1 over 100?
1 over 100, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I put.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Is that not right?
Yeah, so
It is right. Nice.
then you'd have 0.08 over 1 minus 100, 1 over 100, right? Oh, and 0.08 is just 8 over 100. So we can do 8 over 100 over 99 over 100.
Why is 99 over 100?
Yeah, which equal 99.
Well, isn't it 1 minus r?
But it's dividing.
And r is 1 over 100, right? So it'd be 1 minus 1 over 100.
No, I'm just trying to say, what is your geometric series? Just write down geometric series. It will be n equal to 0, infinity.
He's not asking you to like.
Oh,
Just a geometric series. You can solve it once you get it. The hard part is figure out this, right?
okay.
It's easier to solve it than this equation. Thanks, Robert.
What do you think the first term will be?
A.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so it'll be 8 over 100, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like that? Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, could I?
No, that makes. I thought 8 would be the answer.
1 over 100, good. And then it's gonna be n. And then you're done. And then your first term is gonna be 8 over 100. By 1 minus what? The ratio?
Yeah, which is 1 minus 1 over 100. Yeah.
It's 8 over 100 divided by what? 99 over 100. 8 over 100 times 100 over 99. So that's equal to 8 over 99. So repeating fraction can be evaluated this way. You can always double check your answer, see if you calculate this right.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, using geometric series.
Okay, guys, time to find 5.
Oh yeah. Could be 2 pi.
It's irrational. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
We are gonna find.
No, I was kidding. No, don't do it. Kidding.
No, we are gonna find e later.
Oh.
You asked me one. Yeah.
Is it irrational as well?
You will.
But we're gonna use Taylor series.
Taylor series?
All right. So today's homework is pretty easy. You just need to figure out what is n term test for there is actually a divergency test, or there is a test for divergency.
Wait, so is this an nth term test for divergence?
Yeah. Sorry, let me write something else first. I don't want to forget that. But this is the one that we're going to study most today. But this is something that we kind of know before. If summation n equal to 1 to the infinity of a to the n converges, then limits n to the infinity a to the n must equal to 0. So due to this statement, it's causing the second statement a little bit confusing. So let's repeat and think about that.
Wait, that makes sense.
If an converges, then limit n approach infinity, an is equal to 0. However, the next statement is going to create it and you're going to cause a little bit of confusion. But again, this is a test for divergence. So they are either going to tell you says this is divergent or inconclusive, but not saying not divergent. If it's not divergent, doesn't mean. So it will be a better word is to see this test is either test if this series is divergent or inconclusive. I think that would be a better word. I didn't use that word. Inconclusive. Did I use that word last period? Okay, so it would be better to say it's inconclusive. So either two result is a function divergent or inconclusive. We have to understand it's inconclusive. Because people assume it's not divergent, then it's automatic converge. That's not true. I'm going to say that again. According to divergence test, it's not divergent. It doesn't mean the series converge. Does that make sense? Okay.
Like, does the oscillation count as divergence?
Oscillation is divergent,
Okay.
but if this particular test, I'm going to write down the test. if limits n approach infinity of a to the n. Now we are not talking about series, we talk about sequence. Is not equal to 0. If it's not equal to 0, then summation n equal to 1 to the infinity a to the n diverge. It diverges.
But you just, oh.
But if we equal to 0, does not mean convergence. Do you realize this as it's converged, then this is true, right? But if limit of a to the n equal to 0, it just means inconclusive. Divergency test does not prove it's divergent. Am I confusing people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's doing
If all squares are rectangles, like that.
Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah,
kind of.
you're saying if as a then approaches infinity, if that converges, then the limit is 0, but the limit being 0 does not necessarily mean it converges.
It does not make sense to converge.
Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, there's one special case that we're going to look into. It's not converge, and it's a very famous series. No. Okay, so let's just try a problem, and I'm going to show you what happened. So we're going to give you a couple problems. We're going to say, hey, let's give you summations. N equal to 0, infinity, 2 to the n. So what we're going to do is we're not going to look at this. We look at a sequence first. What happens sequence? N approach infinity of 2 to the n is equal to what? Infinity. So is 0 or not? No. So if it's not 0, it diverges.
Students should now be back from A1.
As simple as that.
Oh, they got pop stickers today.
We just talked about this.
Oh, really?
So that's the first case. Second case. Second case. N factorial over 2n factorial plus 1. What do you think? Does it diverge or inconclusive?
Inconclusive. 2 n factorial plus 1 is way bigger than n factorial.
You're saying 0.
Yeah.
Yes, but we don't know whether it converges or not.
So if we want to see if the series diverge or not, we're going to say limits n approach infinity of n factorial over 2n factorial plus 1. What do you think the answer will become? Okay, 1/2 is good. So is 1/2 is it 0 or not? No, so therefore it diverges.
Well, we just say, okay. Yeah.
Because if it's equal to 0, then you're going to say
Sorry.
No, not you. I said he.
C. Summation n equal to 1 infinity of 1 over n is equal to, well, we don't know. So we do limits first, 1 over n. This one's equal to what? 0. Is this diverge? Okay, so it's according, it's actually inconclusive. Because only if is equal to other number, then it's diverge. But if it's equal to 0, they never say anything according to this. According to this test for divergence, they never say anything. They only say if it's not 0, then it's diverge. But if it never say equal to 0,
We don't know.
it's diverge or converge. So it's actually,
Can you go back and see?
no, it's not. Because the 2, it's different series. I'm going to show you what happened. The one that you think about 2 is 1 to the 2 to the n. Okay, that's why it's 2. But this particular one is not 2. Now this one is very famous theorem, a famous series. Everybody in this room, you can be idiots, you can be dumb, but just memorize this, that this is a particular series, it's always diverge, is called, I'm going to show you 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 5. And there's the reason why I keep on writing down this.
No.
Yeah, it's pizza.
I need practice.
No, but instead of.
Oh, no, wait.
I know that.
You already told us that's diverge.
Yeah.
It's not pizza
That,
there.
no, that when you go 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, that one reaches 1, but this one doesn't.
This one doesn't. And I'm going to show you why they are not.
Huh?
I'm going to show you why they are not, though.
What's the difference between this one and the previous one?
He's gonna show us.
Okay, so the previous one that you are thinking of is this one here.
Yeah, part C. Yeah.
Previous one that you're thinking of that is equal to 2 is n equal to 1 of infinity 1 over 2 to the n. This one is equal to 2. Okay, this one's equal to 2. This one's not diverge. Even though if I do a divergence test, it's equal to 0, but this one is actually converge because this one's geometric series. Now, this particular one is not geometric series. This particular one is not geometric series. And I'm going to show you the reason being of this. And I will show you a very simple idea. We're not going to give you a very complex idea. We're just going to give you a very simple idea and let you think about it.
Doesn't it go over like 1 when you add those fractions together? And
It's going to go over 1, yes. And some people understand it visually, but I will write out the first 32 term. If I write out first 32 term, and actually I'm going to write in a certain way. So I'm going to write out this.
Is this not inclusive of it?
Oh, just pay attention. Is this, what is this? 1/3 plus 1/4.
That is
I don't want to do that.
1/6. 1/6.
1/4 is greater than 1/6.
No, it's not.
1/3 plus 1/4.
It's a 7 over 12, right?
Yeah.
7 over 12.
Plus 6
Okay.
over 12 is 13 over 12.
7 over 12 is greater than 1/2. Would you say?
He said plus 6 over 12
Yeah,
is 13.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Plus 1/5, plus 1/6, plus 1/7, and plus 1/8. This is what?
Greater than a half.
It's probably going to be greater than what?
36.
Good. But if each thing is greater than half, but it's going to infinite, even though the distance is getting longer, so the next distance is 1 over 9 plus to 1 over 16, that is greater than 1/2. And the next one is 1 over 17 plus to 1 over 32 is greater than half. It's still diverge because it's still increasing half. But just each half is getting more terms, but doesn't mean it's not stopping. So this is actually very famous series. It's owning series you actually had to recall by thinking. It's called harmonic series.
Ah, yes.
As in the Harmon? Wait, hold on. I think you showed us this one before you showed us the 1 over 2 at the end.
No, I didn't show you this one yet. Harmonic series is always diverge. Now, later in term, there was something called alternative harmonic series. This is a harmonic series. Harmonic series always diverge. 1 over n always diverge. But if you have alternative harmonic series, that will converge. There is a reason why that one is true, but we haven't get to alternative series test yet. We just stick with divergence test. Divergence test, according to divergence test, this case is inconclusive, but end up is actually diverge. But it's inconclusive though. So today you only had to do the divergency test, which is super easy, which is I'm gonna take a picture, I'm gonna airdrop to you, and you should not give me an excuse. You have no time to finish homework. If you didn't finish yesterday's homework, I need you to go back and finish it. Because that is gonna be your test next week. And Robert, you need to do your homework. I don't care if you have to work. The reason why the homework is not gonna be hard to you because you are very intuitive person. So you can figure out what happened things, but you just have to write it out. And that's where you're not gonna fail the test. So I'm gonna airdrop to you.
My airdrop is on.
So right now, today, you just have to find, if you didn't finish it 23 to 34, go back and finish it. If you understand now, you should understand a bit better.
Mr. Yang,
Yeah.
is the thing that you just did, was that part C?
What?
Did you just do part C? Like harmonic series? Like you're like, oh, we did inconclusive, and then you did the same thing. But it's
Yeah,
like
we
that-
just did part C. We just show you part C is inconclusive due to today's test. Today we only learn n-term divergence test. We can only tell you says, okay, this is divergent for sure. This is maybe. You know, if we go to 0, maybe divergent. But now you know it is 1 over n is divergent.
Okay, are we doing 35 to 54 now?
35 to 54, yeah. They're pretty easy. They're pretty easy.
Oh, was yesterday pretty easy too then?
Yesterday does not take 3 hours.
Uh,
You should not take 3 hours on any homework. I will never assign anybody 3-hour homework. But people take 3 hours.
yes,
This one by that.
because it should be difficult.
It's not.
Remember how you were like, okay, guys, if you guys are intuitive, you got this.
No.
And then that's not me though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, I wasn't intuitive, and I was like, okay, either I know it or I don't know it. And if I don't know it, then you're allowed to ask the following day. But you're gonna try your best, but your best should not be 3 hours.
Well, I mean, I do end up finishing it though, which is pretty.
Yeah, that's a very admirable. But my intention is never 3-hour homework. And I do know you did 3 hours because I checked the WeChat timestamp or WhatsApp timestamp.
Yeah.
WeChat Asian people use,
Oh, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Chinese people especially. They have all the censor.
Yeah.
So if you speak like anything against China, you probably get banned.
Oh, you know, there's an
You say
article-
China is the communist, the worst, and then you'll get banned.
You know, there's an r/China on Reddit, and the same thing happens. You get immediately banned if you said anything negative.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the day we did the play workouts, everybody had their gloves. And I ended up catching 3 bullets.
Broken.
Did you airdrop it to me? I haven't got it. I got it.
I don't know. My iPhone's racist.
Against white people. Oh, is there? Did you get it?
Oh, I got it now. That's
Oh, I got it.
No problem.
my iPhone.
Oh, decline.
racist.
Yeah, he get it. He get it.
Oh, never mind. Then.
It's not me racist. iPhone.
So what are we doing? Like what number?
35. to
Don't cancel me,
54.
cancel
Like just the
my
rest that you can see that we didn't do yesterday.
35 to 44.
Imagine only white
54,
people's
54.
phones show up.
Just,
the airdrop.
just all the rest of
Pretty
the
funny.
What was last night? What did we start?
I swear,
Oh,
my
we did
iPhone's
23
racist.
of 34 last night, along with 1 through 6. I really gotta refill my paper.
I don't have the videos, and I didn't know what it is.
Over 4.
Yeah, that was
You saved it?
I have a singular piece of paper left. I gotta make it count.
that was a little rehearsed.
Oh.
Fortnite dance can't eat it.
Wait, I'm still up to
I can't say anything.
Trevor
I did
family.
before.
I still know how to do that.
Oh, wait,
stuff.
it's 4.
Yeah. That's PH, of course.
No, I know, but